Hi everyone, welcome to our webinar today for Sangoma Switchbox as a service. Glad you could all make it. It's been a bit of a hectic morning for us at Sangoma. It's quite laughable really. Me and Shan, who's currently on mute, and I'll do instructions in a second, had a busy morning getting ready for today, and then we had a power cut in our offices in Wokingham, and it turns out it's a village-wide kind of power cut, so we've both had to put on our Lewis Hamilton driving skills to get back to our personal houses in time to do this webinar. So if I sound a bit rushed, it's because I've been frantically trying to get ready for this webinar. So apologies for that. And the second apology, because I am at home, I have actually got a small dog. So if you do hear him at any point, I apologise in advance. He's quite cute. His name's Ralph, and he's a white pug. But hence normally I would be in the office doing this so that we have complete silence, but due to that power cut I've come home to spend this time with you guys. So I hope you've all got your little take a break packages if you register in time for those. I'm sat here at my home in Crowthorne with my coffee ready, and I'm sure the guys are as well with theirs. So let's start with some introductions. My name is Lauren. I'm the Sales Director for the UK, Western and Northern Europe. I've been with Sangoma for coming up to 4 years now. We've also got Sian Sood on. She's the VP of Marketing for International for Sangoma. And
Morning.
She is. And she will do a piece on our kind of marketing research that we've done behind our decision of Switchbox as a service. And we're also joined by Michael from Nivola, and he's going to do there he is. He's going to do a piece on Nivola, and let's run through. So, there you go. So agenda for today. I'm going to try and keep it punchy and sweet for you guys, because I know what it's like to sit on these and start to fall asleep. So hopefully that won't happen today. I'm going to run through who we are, Sangoma. Some of you may know who we are, you may even know me, but if you don't, I'm going to give you a bit of background as to who we are. I'm then going to pass over to Michael to talk about Nivola, and then he in turn will pass over to Shan, who's going to talk about the market research behind the Switchbox as a service. I'm then going to talk you through Switchbox as a service. I'm going to give you a little demonstration around the system. I'm not going to go too deep into the weeds of it. I'm going to keep it quite brief just to give you an overview. We'll talk about the webinar offer, summary, and then any Q&As. Now, you can highlight any questions at any point in the webinar. If you want to pop any questions in there, we'll do our best to answer at the end. If we don't have enough time, we'll obviously come back to you personally, but we'll run through those as and when we can. So, Sangoma, who are we? Like I said, some of you may have heard of us. Some of you probably have never heard of us. Some of you might think I've often got told, are we a Chinese brand? Do we make these cards? Do we do that? So to give you a bit of background, we are a North American Canadian company. We've been around for, I think, about 37 years now from memory, and we've been growing ever since then. We originally started with cards and that kind of technical networking side of things, and over time, obviously, as a company, we've recognized the changes in telephony and networking connectivity and grown so that we can grow with that market and those trends. So in time and acquisitions, we have gone from cards to SBCs to gateways to your full UC solution phones. So we like to think ourselves as a one-stop shop for telephony. So if you came to us with a project, I'd like to think we'll be able to provide you with an end-to-end solution. We are growing constantly. We've got approximately 2.5 million unified seats. We are financially secure because we are a big company, we are global. So we're not going to be going anywhere, and we're on the Gartner Magic Quadrant as well, which I feel is a massive, massive leap for us. So as I said, we're a single vendor solution, and what that means is we can provide end-to-end products for your project, and not only can we provide those products, but they're ours. It's all of our own IP, which I feel is a massive plus as a vendor. It means that when you take our solutions on board, anything that you need from feature requests to support, you're going to get it end to end. We don't need to go to anyone else for support or for fixes. It's all us. It's all Sangoma, and it's all, we have 100% control, and it's all our IP. As I said, one-stop shop. I always talk about this, but it is, again, a massive thing when you look at our Switchbox, when we talk through it. Not only do you get the full UC solution that is ours and fully our platform as well and software, we've got the phones, the headsets, it all builds as one solution, and that's kind of how we want to position this to our customers like yourselves, and then enable you to position that to your customers. We are very committed to our channel. We've always gone through our distributors, Nivola, and in turn through the channel, and that's how we want to stay. We don't see that changing. We want to support our distribution, support our customers, and so that everyone can grow and grow their businesses and their customer experiences and ultimately their revenues. These are just a selection of some of the customers. I like to show this one purely because sometimes when people don't know who Sangoma are, they may be hesitant to join us and look at our products and push our products, but a lot of big names use our products, even competitors use our products, so it is tried and tested. And one of the latest ones actually for Switchbox is the fragrance shop. They use Switchbox, and we're super proud of that. That was a big project we were working on recently, and that is now up and running, and they're happy, so we're happy. But yeah, there's some big names there that use Sangoma. So that's my selection. I'm going to pass you over to Michael, who is then going to take you through to his slides and talk about Nivola and how we all work.
Thank you, Lauren. I'm just waiting for the Passover, which I'm hoping Shan will do. Hope everyone's all right. I did chuckle when I found out their power had gone down. This is it's never easy. It's technology. Lovely, thank you. Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, so I'm just going to quickly run through Nivola. We've been working with Sangoma for some time now, successfully. We have a very good relationship with the guys and girls there, and this latest addition to their product set is really quite exciting, and something that I've probably been chipping away at for some time. And you know, Sangoma, who, again, as Lauren says, it's a name that people probably haven't heard of or maybe associated with different technologies. What is really good is they are the technology people, so they understand what people are looking for, and they mold and evolve very quickly to deliver what people need to see. So it's quite exciting working with these guys. So before we go along, I just want to go through a bit about Nivola. Started in 2010, so during the period of time over the last 2 years when something was going on, we missed our birthday party, which is a bit of a shame. Started as Nuage, which is, just to give you some information, Nuage is French for cloud and Nivola is Italian for cloud. So what happened was we started off as a white label service provider and then evolved to Nivola in 2013 to a fully blown distribution company. There's no smoke and mirrors with the name change. It was really just to kind of move away from the services side of things into a fully blown distribution, all still privately owned by the same people. Been providing cloud services of different types for the last 5 years. We actually, previous to that, had our own UCaaS solution where we had our own DC. We then realized that we'll let the big boys take that responsibility on. Just to quickly explain a bit about wholesale and agency, you might have seen that out there. So wholesale is when you buy a license off us and you sell the license and bill the license to the end user yourself. Gives you more control. In the UK, it's a lot more popular than the agency model where you just get a commission, which is driven out of America because that's all they've ever known. So we work in this as a wholesale, so you guys will be billed by us. We have our own billing service, so any minutes side of things, but obviously when you're bringing your own ship lines, you guys will be managing that. You, in effect, will be getting a license from us, and then you'll be billing your end user. Services, you know, as a distributor, there's the word VAD being thrown around a lot. We see ourselves more of a technology and services distributor. So certainly around UCaaS, it's quite consultative. There's not one solution that fits all, as I'm sure a lot of you out there realize. And certainly with this new solution from Sangoma, bringing your own SIP lines, that is a great solution. You can keep hold of your customers, makes it more sticky. We offer a number of other services around our other vendors, which we'll come on to. And like I say, it's really to give you, as our resellers, our partners, something new to talk to your customers all the time. And with that, we put a lot of resource into the different technologies and vendors, and when we have a team that supports that. So just a bit of presence. The gold dots are where we have engineering resource. We're based down in Swallowfield, just around the corner from Sangoma. But over about 12 months ago, we took over a company called Electromaster over in Ireland. And now we have a presence in Ireland with a warehouse and offices over there. What that means is, obviously, if you're dealing with any Irish, if you're an Irish reseller, again, we have an Irish entity where the billing will happen, and it means you don't have any of the tax implications or any of the joyful bits that have come from Brexit. Just some numbers around us, 5 technology arms, I'll come on to that. We've been going probably 12 years now, 600 partners, 20 number of vendors, engineers, and our presence is quite heavy around the rest of the world. So probably about a third of our business comes outside of the UK, so quite a heavy presence in that respect. And in terms of services, which again we talk about a lot at Navola, we obviously have the sales side of things, but we also have pre-sales. So a lot of our salespeople are qualified to a pre-sales, so again offer support. We then have help desk support we offer VAD services on all our products. We also offer professional services on a number of products and maintenance as well. It goes without saying, obviously logistics is a key product, a key service for us, getting boxes from A to B. We feel pretty good at that. But also some of the things that are forgotten is finance. So we work with our partners to ensure that there might be times when you need extended terms, you might need some support in a deal, come to us, talk to us there. And then finally marketing, which again I'll touch on, but it's a key cornerstone to some of the services we offer to our partners. Obviously, changes in the market has been happening. There's a number of vendors that have pulled out the market. Panasonic, Toshiba, Samsung have all decided they're going to exit the comms world, which to us is great news because it gives us an opportunity for you to look at new products, maybe new technologies, and we're here to support you. And around that, we'll always make sure the customer service is key. So there's always people at the end of the phone that you can talk to. There will be services that we're going to digitize, which makes it obvious. But again, most of the reasons around us and our different products is complementary products to help, prolong some of the end of life products or unsupported solutions. So it might be a DEX solution where you've got an old technology and you want to be able to add a new DEX solution. We've got some, solutions that will work with the existing kit while you migrate them out with a Switchbox solution, for example. New technology is always approaching. As we know, the world is 100 miles an hour with AI, digital transformation, voice recognition, etc., technology that we embrace in the business. And finally, obviously, there's new players. In the last 2 years, Zoom have suddenly appeared. Microsoft are there. They're not going anywhere. So again, these are products that we need to appreciate. We need to know they're not disappearing, but also understand how we can work with them potentially, how we compete to them. So again, it's to give you as resellers something new, to talk to your end users, to have a new discussion, and also to give them options and to make sure they know that you are in the market space for what they're looking for. So the portfolio, I'll rattle through this because I don't want to take up any time before the Sangoma team. So we have what we call intelligent networking in one of the 5 pillars. This is the what if scenario. This is the base layer of the network to ensure the voice travels over it in a productive way. Quality of service, it might be aggregation, for example, it might be backups using 5G, etc., etc. You'll see Sangoma in there. It's got a key product for there, for example, with the ISGN to SIP gateways. We all know ISGN is being turned off. There is going to be a need for these customers who have got older technology. They're still sweating that asset, but they want to make use of SIP connectivity, for example. These Sangoma boxes, very commercially attractive, but also have been around for a long, long time. So really good solutions in that respect. Then we come on to what we call unified comms. This is the on-premise, the hybrid solution, which again is still a very, very popular piece out there. You can see some well-known names there. Obviously Sangoma with the Switchbox solution that we've been working with, which embraces the Digium, which obviously Sangoma took over a couple of years ago. SpectraLink, like I say, on the DEX solutions. So again, really strong DEX solutions, which work with all vendors. They're agnostic. Number of products there that Panasonic, for example, they're there. They will be disappearing, but again, it shows that we understand the Panasonic, and if you need a Sangoma solution that is going to replace a Panasonic, then come and talk to us because we've got solutions for you. Cloud solutions, you can see there's some big names. Like I say, it's a consultative role that we add there, I think. The key thing about all those solutions, and which obviously is a differentiator for the Switchbox, is that's the only product where you can bring your own SIP lines. All the other products will come as a wrap with the licenses and the SIP lines. So again, it kind of blocks out any history you might have, any history of billings, etc., etc. So this with the Switchbox will give you that opportunity. Meeting room solutions is something that is coming out at us at the rate of knots again. People are looking to say how they can collaborate with people who might be remote, who might be in the same room, but again, not necessarily having a meeting room with 20 people in. It might be 4 in one room and then 4 remote. Again, we've got interactive screens, which are kind of giant iPads, which allow you to link. You've got the Yay-Link side of things for the Teams solutions. So again, something which is quite a nice talking point when you're talking to customers. And obviously, all these solutions are agnostic to the vendor. So again, works very well with the Switchbox solutions. And then finally, services. So services is a key part to our business, and what we're trying to say there is we understand the technology, and like I say, we as a distributor, we have to offer a certain level of support, but on a number of products we will then offer more support when it comes to layer 2, level 3. We work very closely with Sangoma and their support infrastructure. They've got a very clean and tidy support infrastructure, so we work very closely with them, where you actually end up talking to the vendor about any issues you might have, which is really good and powerful. But today's all about Switchbox, so that's the product we're going to be talking about, which I think is an exciting product and a product that I think you'll find is quite attractive. That is me done. Rattle through there. If you need anything, come and let us know. The email address is sales@novoladistribution.com, or obviously speak to the Sangoma team and they'll point in the right direction. We'll work with you putting solutions together. And if you want, after this, you want maybe a bit more information about the cloud solution, again, we can either come and see you, how mad's that, or we can do a call. Please let us know. So if I'll pass you back, or I'm sure they'll take control of my screen.
Yep, we've got control, thank you.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Hello, and back over to you.
Thank you. Yes, I was actually, I think, like this. I'll be handing it back to you, Shan.
Oh, are you?
And the market research behind Switchbox as a service.
Right, and let me try and get control of the mouse. Yeah, as Lauren said, we've had fun and games this morning, but hopefully we are back here and we can click through, and appreciate everyone taking the time out to be with us. So the boring bit, a little bit of research for you. Apparently I've got control, but I'm not clicking the mouse. That's interesting. Okay, we're going to have to do this old school. Yeah, can you click on the next slide for us, Lauren?
Okay.
Thank you. So one of the first things we wanted to look at is, what is the demand for Switchbox in Europe? And last year, a company called Context did some research around UC, and the UC sales through distribution, which is where we're here today, went up by 76%, which is pretty massive. But the interesting one for our market is that the IP phones grew. And, Lauren will talk about the Sangoma phones in a little while, but that's good for everyone across that. Can we have next, please? Thank you. So one of the things about the actual market opportunity, we're very used to seeing this worldwide, but for Gartner, I've actually done it for Western Europe as well. And the interesting thing we have is that it's not just cloud. So many of our competitors are saying it's all about cloud, everyone's going to cloud, there is no on-premise market. But as you can see, throughout to 2025, apologies, the slides, the years have gone a bit askew, but there is, in 3-4 years' time, there will still be an on-premise market. Yes, it's shrinking, but people still want it. And that's one of the things for you guys to consider is when you deal with a vendor is, do you have the option to do it all? Which obviously we do, and we'll discuss that further. Okay, what we got next? I'm trying to remember. So what are the drivers? Well, the obvious one was the hybrid workplace, that one of the gifts that COVID gave us. We've got more people working from home than ever before. And, yeah, they're saying it's doubled. I would say it's gone even bigger. So one of the demands is people want to be able to work from anywhere. As point in question for Lauren and myself this morning, we were both happily in the office an hour ago, and now we're not. And hopefully, we've got the same capabilities of what we're doing. People need to bring their own devices. So whether they're on their mobile, their tablet, whatever they do, they need the same unified comms features on those devices. There's an increased demand for audio and video. We're expecting an improved customer experience. And the big one at the moment is people want the contact center functionality within UC. One of the things that's going to affect us in, I think it's 2025, is the ISDN turn off. And that, again, is a driver for UC. So what we've done is, I think it was November, we did a research into the channel. We asked them a number of questions, is what do they think are their barriers to UC sales? So the big one, would the vendor steals a customer when selling cloud? Now, there is some of vendors who adopt the agent model, which means you as a reseller will end up losing that customer because then they'll go direct with a vendor. There are too many options when you're trying to quote. Pick one from here, pick one from there, and it gets a bit of a mess. You've got to learn different products depending on deployment, so you won't have the same software, whether it's cloud or on-premise or hybrid. You've got an issue when customers want to deploy a mix of platforms. So in one office, they have to have on-premise, but in another office, they want cloud. The interesting one, which is what we'll talk about today, is that you've got a number of customers who've got existing agreements for SIP trunking, or they like their SIP provider and want to carry on with it, but they still want UC. And obviously you've got another reseller undercut some price. So we took that, and from that, what we found was, next, So it just clicks through, Lauren. You guys want choice. That's the biggest thing. You need a competitive advantage. And the big one is you want an easy sales proposition. You know, we've got to make life easy. As vendors, we have to make life easy. And you need something unique. So we took all of that, created a new solution. And this is where I'll hand back to Lauren on Switchbox as a service.
Thank you. So yes, let me talk you through Switchbox as a service. So as a company, we made a decision a couple of years ago to have Switchbox as our cloud solution. So you can purchase it as a fully cloud solution with SIP trunks attached, etc. You can also buy it on premise, and you can also buy the software to host in your own virtual environment. So why Switchbox? Switchbox is pretty featured. Everything is included. There's none of this, oh, if you want soft client, it's this much, or if you want to have your call center features, well, you need to get the business level. If you want your reporting, well, that needs to be the, I don't know, premier level. We don't do levels. It is one simple sale, and that is how many users, because all of our features are included in our UC platform. It is designed for businesses up to 1,000 users. Very easy to manage. Now, when I say easy to manage, I'm not the most technical person, I'll happily admit that. My skills are in sales and people and talking, as you can tell. It is not in technical, but I can configure one of these and I can manage it. So if I can do it, then it is easy to manage. We have a multiple language support, obviously, because we are global, and so we have the main languages throughout Europe. All the features are included, as I said, no hidden costs. It's the full UC suite from Sangoma. When we talk about that single vendor solution, we have our add-on products like the gateways, the phones, SBCs, if your clients are interested in such things. So we have the full product portfolio to back up the Switchbox. And like I said, it is an easy sales proposition. It is literally how many users or how many extensions do you need, Mr. Customer? It is that simple. There we go. So currently, Switchbox can be deployed 3 ways, and that is virtually in your own virtual cloud. It can also be on-premise, and it can also be with the fully hosted solution with our SIP channels attached. Those are the 3 options that we've had up until today. And the good thing about the different deployments is you only need to be trained once, because the software stack is the same throughout. You have the same web UI throughout and the same features. So it is literally everything is the same, bar where it sits. That's the only difference. At Sangoma, we do like to be different. We like to stand out from the crowd and offer something different. We don't want to be coming across, or we don't want our resellers to be going out, winning business, competing with other resellers with the same product. Because all that causes is you just get drawn into this race to the bottom, and inevitably it comes down to price. And what you find is everyone's offering the same thing. And so we feel we offer something different that you can go out and give to your customers and win that business and stand out from the crowd. So we introduced to you, hence the launch party, Switchbox as a service. We spent a lot of time looking at what we can do different to impact the market. How can we stand out differently to everyone else? You know, we're happy to admit cloud is a big market in the UK. There are lots of people doing it one way or another. They are cutting it up one way or another from BroadSoft or something along those lines. So we wanted to stand out, and we feel with Switchbox as a service, we do, because it gives you, our customers, the flexibility to keep your existing SIP channels. And that's where we've, not only does our product itself with the software and the features stand out, but being able to bring your own SIP channels, we feel that there was a gap in the market for that. And we discussed it quite a lot with Novola. And we thought, you know what, let's do it. Let's get it out there. And already from the guys at Novola talking to their customers, we've already seen a fantastic response to this. So Switchbox as a service, it is quite simply the amazing product that it is, but you can bring your own SIP trunk. You can keep your existing numbers, which means you don't have to deal with porting and the table admin that comes with it. And let's be honest, some of the providers aren't so quick to let you go, so then you spend weeks waiting for your number to port across. You can work with your own preferred SIP vendor. Now that could be because you've got a old existing contract with them and great fees, so you don't want to move away from that, and that's absolutely fine. You may not want to deal with early termination charges. You can offer UC by having a gateway for customers with ISDN contracts. And best of all, you can provide the UC software contact centers capabilities for every user with your own SIP channels. And it means you can, I always feel with this, it allows you as a reseller to build your own personalized package for your customer and really kind of package it up how you want to. So it could be, you know what, let's do Switchbox as a service, and then we'll use this SIP provider, and then we can create this maintenance package for you guys. So you can really package this up how you need to win that business. And every customer, as we know, is very different. So it gives you that flexibility to win that. So again, key selling points around Switchbox is it's fully managed by us, it's cost-effective, feature-rich, and easy to predict pricing. You can move to Switchbox Cloud at any point if you want to. So if you do want to use our SIP channels, you can. It's very simple. We move it across. We only sell Switchbox as a service through approved partners. So it'd be through Novola and then through our partners. We never go around the channel. It's always through you guys. You have our backing. We'll be there from start to finish. If you ever need me or my team to sit in on a demo or meeting, some customers like to meet the end vendor, we're happy to do that. We want to support you and be with you and win all these businesses. You can choose from multiple contracts, so you could maybe start on a month to month to see how they get on with the product. You can go for 12 months and 36 months. We also offer a fully OPEX model because there are many businesses moving to this version now. My screen's move forward. Oops. Let me go back. And you've got the ability to building your devices. Now we have many devices in the portfolio. We've got the B series, which were designed and made for Switchbox in mind, and that's our top end line of phones. You've also got the P series phones, which is more our kind of value-based phones, but they're fantastic. We've actually used these have actually been sold a lot through schools. They also have the Kensington lot, so they don't tend to disappear so much. So D series tends to be your more kind of executive line of phones. The P series are more your kind of value-based phones. If you need to get a load out through the schools, classes, warehouses, maybe. We also have DEX phones, headsets as well. Now, all of these devices are our own. Again, it's our own IP. We have designed and built them, and they work perfectly with Switchbox. They also come with zero-touch provisioning, so it just works. What we've done in the past with some of our cloud customers, they literally order Switchbox, the reseller sets up the configuration, we have the MAC address already built in to that instance, the phones get sent straight to the customer, they plug it in, and voila, it works. They are up and running. It is a truly plug-and-play system. So those are available on a rental basis, and obviously Novola can provide you all the pricing for those. And they come on the 12-month and the 36-month contract. Now, I'm going to take you through Switchbox itself, because let's be honest, that's what we're here for today. Now, as I said, all features are included, and that's your switchboard, your call center, integrations, mobility, most important one, conferencing, collaboration. We also have MS Teams integration, albeit, I must admit, I feel we have everything covered, but there are businesses out there that want MS Teams. We've got that integration as well. Now, the contact center functionality is fantastic. You've got real-time visibility, recording and monitoring. You've got wall boards, alerts, and you can manipulate the calls as well in real time. I'll take you through that. This is what a switchboard operator panel would look like. So this would be for a user, and that gives you the ability to do presence, call parking, your conferences and voicemails. Now, each main administrator for the system can decide what users have in the sense of authority. So you might only give them voicemail and presence. So depending on what you allow them to have under each user, depends on how they can set that switchboard up. This would be a supervisor panel, so someone who's in charge of groups. You can oversee those groups and manage the queues. You've got the wall board, which will show you calls coming through. You could have that up on a TV in a call center that everyone can see. You can get agent overviews. You can manage queue activities and queue controls. So that's a fantastic piece as well, and I'll show you that. Built in is reporting, and we've had some really fantastic feedback. We actually had a customer who originally actually was a big free PBX guy, knows this stuff and always did that on his own. And then we introduced him to Switchbox for his dental practice, and it has just blown, and he loves it because of the reporting features that you get with Switchbox. That's what his customers wanted, and it fitted the bill, and now he's converting all his dental practices that he manages over to Switchbox, which is absolutely fantastic. And that was also how we won the fragrance shop, was on the reporting capabilities, the contact center, and the Zendesk integration. And so the reporting gives you queue reporting, and you can schedule this, have it, you can take it, ignore weekends, and have that scheduled to go off to a separate file. And you can get different examples of how the reporting comes out. You can have them come out in graphs, you can have it come out in itemized. It really depends on what you or your customer would like it to come through as. So what I'm going to do, ignore that page, I'm going to bring over my Switchbox. I'm going to take you through Switchbox. Now, like I said, I'm not a massive technical person, so I'm going to give you an overview. I don't want to get too bogged down in the weeds. I want to just show you the features and benefits, but please do keep in mind that at any point, if you want a one-to-one demonstration with one of our technical experts in Switchbox, that's absolutely fine. We can schedule time with you and do a one-on-one. They can even do a little mini training session to get you started as well, but there's lots of documentation and videos to assist you as well. But like I said, it really isn't difficult. So this is what Switchbox would look like when you open it. And it gives you all the information you need about your system. So VoIP providers, phones attached, memory usage. It will tell you whether you're on the latest version of Switchbox. Down here are your integrations. This is where you would get the downloads for your applications. And down here is just some documentation and training on Switchbox to help you. Now, you can manage your extensions real simple. And as you can see, this is fantastic for me. I can remember starting my days on Free PBX and PB Exact, which is a fantastic product in its own right, but can sometimes be a bit overwhelming with a list of modules. This is just so simple. I absolutely love it. It's very intuitive. It's very easy to use. So we can easily set up, I knew this was going to happen. Oh, 1 second. Let me, bear with me for 1 second while I just log myself back into this. This is the whole moving from office to home. There you go. Right, we're back in. So you can create extensions. It's super simple. You would hit this button, create extension, and it'll bring up the page, and you can search numbers. Now, it will tell you if something is taken or not. So here, look, already been used. Because I know some systems, you put all the information in, and then it says, that number's being used, and then you lose all the information. Really frustrating. So this will tell you straight away whether it's being used or not. And then you would go through, but let me see if I can, oh, it's all being used today. There you go. You would just go through and put all the information down and go through. You can choose the language code, United Kingdom, put through a password. I'm just literally gonna, it won't actually allow it, so I'll just rather than think about it. And then you'll save it. It is that simple. Obviously, as when you come to do these, you would set it up fully with all the information. You can put profile pictures and everything, but this is just to show you the simpleness of the system. And here you would do all your setup. You've got your tools. You can do the IDR editor, set up your time frames. You've got reporting where you can obviously, if I go into it, it's not going to have much on here because obviously this is a demo system, so it doesn't receive live calls coming through all the time. But this is where you would set up your schedule reporting and how you want it. And then you've got the server information where you would obviously configure your SIP channels into it and everything else. Now I'm going to bring over to my screen the Switchboard. So this is what a user would see to manage their own extension and their own devices. And this allows them to see calls, call activities, see other people's presence, any part calls. They can obviously create a conference and add people in. This is where they would manage their day, their life. If they're anything like me, everything comes through this. And then you've got all your contacts and you can search for them. Very simple layout. They can obviously change the widgets, like I said, depending on what permissions they've given, depends on what widgets they can actually create on their board, but you can change all of these and have them laid out differently. And obviously you may not want all of these, you may just want your voicemail and your conference room. It's the individual user's choice of how they want it set up. And then this would be a administrator or someone like the boss, the manager of the sales team who are watching the contact center and make sure everyone's doing all their calls. Now I'm going to try, I'm hoping this is going to work because it did in the office. I'm going to try and push through a call. There you go. So you can see it coming through, and this is the time here. One is waiting, and it'll tell you everything you need to know as time goes on. What we do have the capabilities of doing is we can obviously manipulate the calls. We can move it to the top if it's a VIP and you want to prioritize them. You can move it to another agent. You can obviously change all of this. You can see obviously all the members' activities, and this gives you your stats here. So this just allows the manager to manage their team, move calls around if need be, anything along those lines, but also see what their team are up to, who's been on the most calls, who's not been, who's been maybe slacking. And again, you can change those rules with the calls as well. So that gives you, I'm going to turn that down, turn it off. There you go. And it will do a round robin, which is why it says, I just want to say, when it says missed 13, it's because it's gone through X amount of queue members before it's got picked up, and abandoned is because I hung up. So that shows you the switchboard, and that kind of gives you, I won't go into reporting because I'll be honest with you, I just don't have enough call data to show you that. But I showed you the slides earlier to give you an overview. Now, like I said, we can do one-on-one demos with you at any point. We can do little training sessions with you at any point. Basically, we want to give you as much confidence and tools in our system to be able to go out and win the business. And if you need us to help with any demos, we're more than happy to come along or sit in on a virtual demo, answer any questions. That's not a problem. Now, for you guys attending today, we do have a webinar special offer of the first 3 months free, and that quote should match the little book or the little slip inside your take a break box with us. That's it. So Sangoma, we are a partner for life. Like I said, we want you to succeed. We want Switchbox, whether it be cloud, on-prem, virtual, or as a service, which I feel is a fantastic product, and we've already had a fantastic response from. We want to make it easy to do business with us via Novola, maintain a reputation, and obviously we want to stand with you, be with you on that front line and help you win business. So anything you guys need, do come to any of us here at Sangoma or Novola. Novola know the product very well, and they know us guys very well. And we are channel champions. So, in summary, challenge us to convince you of our capabilities. I always find some people, because they don't know a product, we're not a big mainstream household name, we get overlooked. But do give us a project. You know, try us out. Let us show you how good we are and how good our product is. And in summary, you bring your own trunks. Sangoma gives you the choice to bring your own trunks. Like I said, you can package that proposition, that quote to your customers however you wish. We give you a competitive edge with our product and our software. We simplify the sales proposition. Remember, it's simply how many users. That's all we need to know. We are proud to be different. We are different, and I love the fact that we are different. And okay, we may not be the most well-known product, but our product is fantastic. And this is where you can stand out against the crowd and win business against other people. So I'm going to go to Q&A. So if anyone has any questions, I'm going to look to Shan to see if there are any questions that anyone is answering.
We do. We have a few, and the first one's really interesting. Actually, you'll like this one.
Oh.
Can we switch from bring your own trunks to a fully managed service? If so, how difficult is it?
It's really not difficult at all. We just literally swap the SIP channels over.
That's simple enough. And I mean, you know, I'm guessing there's no cost implications to the partner for that. You know,
no.
They will just onto a different service.
So it would just be a switchover of SIP channels, and obviously the price change because the two products are different. And then if they wanted to port numbers, that's the only, like I said, that is the only challenge, is porting numbers across. I say challenge, I don't think it's a challenge. Yes, there are the odd SIP provider that might be a bit more difficult, but actually it's quite a straightforward process, as you all know.
Okay, and what commitments do we have to make to join the partner program? Is it going to cost us anything?
Won't cost you a penny. I know there are many vendors out there that set revenue levels for their customers and targets. We don't do that. We never have done. We want to work with you guys to grow your business, and sometimes it may start off with one project, two projects, and then in time it grows. And we completely appreciate that. To know that there is no upfront costs, there are no stipulations on what you have to achieve at all. All I say is come to Novola, come to me, speak with me. We can get to know each other. I like to understand your business better so that I can help you. And then we get you set up on the partner program, which gives you access to many amazing things like our promos, news firsthand before we release it to everyone else, marketing material that obviously you do, Shan, campaigns, you name it. That's what you get out of the partner program. So it's definitely worth signing up.
Cool.
Yeah, just to support that, Lauren, 100%. With us working with Sangoma, you as a reseller, the only commitment we want from you is commitment, as in we're going to push it. We'll do marketing campaigns with you. We'll work with you, as Lauren mentioned, give us some opportunities to work on, build some solutions around, and you'll see straight away how it will benefit and how you will keep control of your customers, which is very important to a lot of resellers.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, I think this one you could take, Mike. If we need help with installation, what do we do?
Yep, so thank you. We have the whole wraparound service. So working with Sangoma, we can deliver a PS solution, which includes the installation and the ongoing support. So you as a reseller, again, it can be scary skilling up engineering when you don't know how many opportunities or what the market's like. So again, it's risk-free. Come to us, we can put the whole solution together. And if you turn out and you have great success and you feel, well, we want to do the services ourselves, again, we'll help you get to that point.
Okay, I guess I better take the next one as it was about mine. The question is, I haven't seen any on-premise deployments in 6 months. Are you sure those figures from, I guess the Gartner ones are correct? I think the reason there hasn't been many on-premise deployments is, let's face it, the last 2 years, we've been in various lockdowns on and off. But what I will say about on-premise is there will pretty much always be a need for it. There are certain types of companies who are not allowed to put anything in the cloud. They have to have the data ring-fenced within a server on site. So those people will always want on-premise deployments. There's also a case of sweating the assets. You know, people have got old stuff there, so they're going to put it on a virtual thing. And I guess the beauty with us is we don't mind. You know, the customer is king here. You want it on premise, you want it as a service, you want it fully managed, virtual, hybrid. The software is the same. The user experience is the same. So from your perspective as a partner, you've got the advantage of, you know, you can give the customer exactly what they want. You're not going to force them to take an option just because the vendor only does cloud or only does on-premise. It's, you know, whatever the customer wants, we can provide it.
Just to support that, we, as you saw on our portfolio, we have other products that are on-premise, along with the Sangoma and DGIM, and I can 100% back up that we are still selling kit for on-premise. It might be enhancements, it might be allowing hybrid, but as Sian said, they need to sweat their assets, so they're not going to just get rid of it and start again. They're going to see what they can do with it and how to make it still the solution they need. So yeah, still definitely a requirement out there.
And Lauren, how long can we test the system for? Can we get an NFA? Can we get a free trial?
Yeah, so what we do is we can give what we call a demo or eval system. It's just like the full feature system, as if it was going to a customer. We can give you that to test it, play around with it. If you are then happy and it is a product that you are going to resell, we allow you to keep it. That allows you then to demo on to your customers, because let's be honest, how else are you going to win it? They want to see it in action. That means you need one. And two, when you are ready or you feel like you're going to do that first line support, you need a lab system to be able to replicate if there is any issues. You might want to play with it to see if a proof of concept that customer has. Maybe they want to do an integration, so you want to test that. So absolutely, we give you a demo system to play with, and then if you are happy and you're going to resell the product, we'll leave it in your hands and you can then use it to continue with your customers.
Fantastic. Okay, there's a couple of others more technical ones which we will take offline in the interest of time. Thank you everyone for being so patient with us with our little hiccups this morning. And
luckily my dog didn't bark, so I'm even more impressed.
So am I.
He didn't make an appearance. He normally does. I laugh about this. If any of you ever get on a call with me and I'm working from home, he generally makes an appearance at some point. Everyone's got to know
for that. Yeah, I can vouch for that. I mean, actually, to be fair, I missed one today.
Yeah.
So
yes,
thank you.
All. Oh, sorry, Shan.
No, I was just going to say thank you, everyone, and you know, Mike, Lauren, any closing words?
No, nothing. Don't think so. Nothing inspirational today. Just maybe Sangoma need to, I don't know, get a better power supply or power. I don't know.
Hey, don't blame us for
No, final words are thank you very much for organising. Thanks for attending, everyone, and yeah, get in touch with us. Myself, Darren, any of the other members of the team, please get in touch for any questions.
Yeah, exactly that. I was going to say exactly the same. Contact Novola, you know, ghost them with opportunities, get them to price it up. You'll see hopefully a difference in price against your competitors, and you know, let us do demos. Let us show you around the product and give us a project to win. Is what I would say. Give us a project to win. Try us out, and go from there. I hope that I hear from you all soon at some point, and maybe even meet you all face to face. Well, that's it from me. Thank you all very much. Enjoy your day.